last night we watched this movie at home, and my little one here, she has never been exposed to Godzilla or Kong, and she was cheering the top of her lungs for Kong, and it was so
Aw.
adorable. But first of all, I want to ask about your character, Maya Simmons. She works for Apex and has a swag about her. But what can you tell me about your character?
Yeah, Maya Simmons is basically she works for Apex. She's a top executive at the company, and she's also a pilot, and she understands completely the industry, but she's also funny and, she's sort of a condescending, mean girl, but in the best way possible. I think she's a know-it-all, and, we've all seen these type A know-it-all type of girls that and people in general, not just women, but, it was fun. I felt like it was important for me as an actress, and I hope it got conveyed on the screen. We shall see if people see that. But I didn't wanna make her it could technically fall into a stereotypical version of a villain, and I
Sure.
didn't want that to happen. It was really important for me to her to have something that made her redeeming and fun to watch. So I really liked that I got the chance to play with comedy because I hadn't had the chance to do that before. So it was fun because I got to be silly sometimes.
Now, director Adam Wingard, he really understands Kong and Godzilla. How does he approach humanizing those characters? Because that's one reason why my little one fell in love with Kong is just
Aw.
humanizing this character. So
Yeah, that
he did.
dynamic between Kaylee and, Gia's character and Kong is just so special. It has a lot of heart. I think that they did such a good job with the script. The script had a lot of emotional core, and it really, shockingly, because you wouldn't expect it from a movie like this, it touches a lot on human values and morality and how do we deal with power and the innocence of childlike behavior. And we have two really strong little girls guiding both characters, which I thought was beautiful and really inspiring because as you said, it will connect with every generation because I'm not a child, but children would see that and connect. But I still connect with it no matter what, even though I'm an adult. It like pulls on on the strings of our heart. And Adam really cared about the humanity. He would spend a lot of time with Kaylee, and he would spend a lot of time with Millie because that's where the story really lies, is living vicariously through their characters. They're the stars of the movie, and it was with Godzilla and Kong, obviously, but it was really cool, and I was just so happy to be part of such a small part of a very important film. I think for it's like a I always say like a comma for the new generation of the monster universe. It feels like a newer version. It feels better than the last few movies that we've seen.
Now, Godzilla and Kong, both characters are cinematic icons, and this is truly an international story, and that's reflected with the cast and the locations in the film. But what is it about these two larger than life characters or creatures that fans have been enamored with for decades?
It's so interesting because I'm in the brink of that generation that I didn't really grow up with them, but
Sure.
I also know of them. But I think that now that I've gotten more educated, I feel like what happens is we love to believe in like what would be like to live in a world that we live in with titans or dinosaurs walking around. I think that's why Jurassic Park was so successful as well. Like we like to believe in these things larger than life. And I think that the same way that superheroes movies are so successful is because it's like someone could come and help us. Someone could come and save us and what that looks like, and it lets our imagination flow and take, a different place and take us to a different place. So it is really cool to just live for 2 hours in a different world that looks like us, but it's not necessarily us, and it's not such a sci-fi, but it's still a science fiction. So I love that about these movies, and the characters are fun, and it's like cool stuff, like a man that like a thing that throws torches out of his mouth, a lizard, and a massive monkey that is bigger than Tokyo. Like it's so cool.
It's amazing. Well, look, I can't wait to see this on the big screen eventually. Thank you so much for your time. This
Thank
has
you.
been amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it.